Hey, morning everyone. Nice to be able to talk to you again. It's turning into a regular Monday thing, these broadcasts, and I'm really enjoying them. Let's start off with the thing that I always do. Firstly, the writing on this one is backwards because we're using a front-facing camera. So we have this left, we're drawing it on Wednesday. If you want to enter the competition to win this lovely unlocked Samsung Galaxy J3, really good bit of kit by the way, download yboo, tell us what you like. Let's try again, sorry about that, I don't know where you lost me. So, Samsung Galaxy J3, enter our competition, it's free. Download yboo, tell us what you like, tell us one thing you would change. I'm going to leave that there, you won't be able to see it because I'm in a different place today. Some questions sent in advance here on my piece of paper, and I know people are joining us and they're going to post questions as we live, so I'll try and kind of flip between the two. Bit difficult when you're on your own without a co-presenter. I've got no Carol to help me out today, so we'll see how we go. First question I got asked, this actually came through on Thursday, and it's a really interesting one because it's quite difficult to understand, but it's actually an easy process. It's one of those things in life that you think is going to be really hard to do, but then when you understand the rules, you realise that it's really easy. So it's a question about mobile number portability. And that's really how you move your mobile number from one network to another. Obviously, we want to keep the same mobile number. You don't want to have to go out to all your friends and your family and your business contacts and give them a new number. So how does mobile number portability work? Well, it works quite simply. Your existing network give your new network a code which you have to get. And that code enables them to do a very, very clever network technology switch, which means your new network owns your number. So the code is called a PAC code, P-A-C. The PAC code tells your new network that your old network are happy for you to leave them. The transfer normally takes between 2 and 4 hours in the UK. Yes, it is frustrating to wait in that 2 to 4 hour period, but it's worth doing if you're going to save money. You will still be able to use your phone, by the way. You'll have a new number allocated by your new network, so you won't experience any loss of service. Ofcom have a really good fact sheet on mobile number portability. You can find it on the internet. Believe me, it's a really painless process. Moving networks and keeping your number is a really easy thing to do in 2017. 10 years ago wasn't quite so easy, but in 2017 it's really easy to do. So I hope that clarifies things for you. If you want to know more about mobile number portability, moving your number from one network to another, and how yboo fits in with that process, happy to cover it off. What I will tell you is that if you choose a yboo recommendation and you click through to buy, of course we support the mobile number portability process, so you can move your network from one network to another. All good. Second question, something we didn't realise, if you type yboo into a search engine, it actually corrects it to Yahoo, the internet company. A little bit frustrating for us, because obviously it means that people have got a kind of faff. I think one of the problems with that users are experiencing in the real world is that if you search for yboo in the App Store, it changes it to Yahoo, so you kind of get Yahoo apps coming up when you want yboo. We're working on it, guys. We'll do something to fix it. I think the easiest way to download yboo is just to go to our website and click on the box. We'll put a box on the Facebook site as well. We're working on some interesting things where you can text the number to us and we'll text you back the link as well. So we're trying to get around that optimization problem and make sure that we don't accidentally encourage you guys to download lots of Yahoo apps. We'll probably have that fixed in the next 2 to 3 weeks, so bear with us. Third question. Interestingly, just looking down the questions, it's kind of the younger people in the UK, mainly London-based, that are asking these questions. Probably because you guys want to get the best deal and switch, probably because you're consuming loads of data, I would imagine, and you're probably overpaying for the data that you use. Third question, can yboo understand international calls? Yeah, if you're in the UK and you either text or call an international number from the UK, yboo understands that. So it understands the number that you're dialing or that you're texting, and our logic within our big machine that we've created understands that. So we'll recommend networks for you that have a good rate or free rates on international calls to the countries that you call or text. If you leave the UK and you go on holiday, so you go roaming, and that was in the last 30 days, yboo understands that as well. So when you download yboo, it knows that you were abroad, and although it's unlikely that you will go abroad again unless you're a regular business traveller, it will take that usage into account, and your recommendations will include that usage. So the headline is yboo international friendly. Yes, we love people that send international texts and make international phone calls because we can make recommendations to really save you money. Fourth question. Glad we're rattling through these. I'm just looking at the screen and there are some questions coming up, so this is where I'm going to have to multitask. Can you use yboo in Northern Ireland? Yeah, you can use it in the UK. So England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. We all use the same cellular infrastructure in the UK. So the masts that you see all over that the mobile operators put up, we all use that same infrastructure. Wherever that infrastructure is in the UK, you can use yboo. We're not too concerned with your geographic location. We're really concerned with how many texts you send, how many minutes you use, how much data you use, and whether you're using Wi-Fi or the mobile network. That's what we're really concerned about. And someone's typing a question about broadband, so bear with me a second because I'm just going to read it. So just while it's popping up, whilst I'm reading it, yboo's really mobile focused, right? But I'm happy to answer any questions about any telecoms products in the UK. I'm really happy to talk about broadband because as a technology person, I've helped big organisations like Sky, like TalkTalk, like Virgin Media get their product set together so it fits the UK public. So I do really understand how fixed line and broadband works. Okay, so this question is about broadband pricing, and it's about why businesses separate the pricing. Okay, I get the question, thank you. I can't see who you are, by the way, I can just see the question, so thanks whoever's posted that. I think people like Virgin Media, TalkTalk, Sky, the people that sell, fixed line, broadband, mobile and package it all together, there's sometimes a real problem in how they price those services. And I think, there's been massive confusion in the past, and I'll tell you why. It's really hard to understand what you're paying for the broadband part of the service because they split out how much you pay for the line, so the actual line going into your house every month, and then how much on top of that is for your broadband service. So effectively, when you're going through price comparison as a human, you've kind of got to get your calculator out and add lots of little bits together before you can compare Virgin to Sky to TalkTalk and other people along those lines. I've got to say, I've just had a quick skim through the sites, probably last week when we were looking at moving yboo into broadband. For clarity of pricing, go to the TalkTalk site. Everything is very clear. They don't split the pricing down for broadband and voice, so you see a price on the screen, that is what you pay. Go to some other providers, it's not actually as clear, and I've got to tip my hat, my virtual hat. Hats off to TalkTalk for making that pricing absolutely, visual to the customer, and they're telling you what you'll pay, and you don't need to do any work on top of that to understand it. So hats off to TalkTalk for making that pricing policy absolutely clear. And there's another question coming through, so I'm going to handle that. I'm going to kind of part the ones that I wrote down because I think just responding to these is really important. In the last, how long have we got? 7 minutes, because I wanted to keep this to 15 minutes. So, if someone has been a customer of a company, I won't mention the network because I don't think it's fair. They've been a customer for a long time. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Yeah, price. So okay, yeah, all right, okay. Let's tackle this one. Frustrating on two parts really. So this person has been a customer of this mobile organisation, and they've got a 2-year contract, and it looks like they've got a top-end handset, a really good one. Paying quite a bit of money for that, by the way, every month. Probably could save quite a lot on that deal, to be honest. And the mobile company in question has sent them an email in the last 2 months saying that there's going to be a price increase mid-term. Yeah, so interesting. So I think, when you enter a contract with a company, a mobile company, and you say, look, I will pay you X amount of money every month for this service, you don't expect to get an email in the middle of your contract telling you that actually that price is going to go up. And I think, if you look at it from a consumer's point of view, you wouldn't send your mobile company a letter saying, well, I agreed to pay you £54 a month, But I've just decided in January that actually I'm only going to pay you £51 a month now. You know, you wouldn't do it the other way round, and that company wouldn't accept it. They'd say, no, when you entered the contract, you said you were going to pay 54, so can you please pay us 54? I think mid-term price ranges are basically, price rises, sorry, they're not in the favour of the consumer. The company in question is allowed to do it. It's written into the contract terms and conditions. I think as consumers, you need to avoid those organisations that think it's acceptable to do things like that. So you need to use yboo, and you need to find another mobile company that does not have a policy of instigating mid-term price changes. Fundamentally, if you're locked into a contract, you've got a problem. Now, if I were you, I'm going to give you my advice. You've been with this company for a substantial period of time. I would get on the phone to that company and just remind them that you can vote with your feet when your contract is up for renewal. As consumers, it's really important that we drive good value from mobile operators, and if we all accept price changes that are in our contract for no reason whatsoever, you're not driving good value, guys, so we're not helping the industry or ourselves. So get on the phone, let me know if you need any help. I can write you a script, so I can write you some things via email if you want to help you in that conversation. You don't have the right to terminate, by the way, so there's a comment coming up on the screen saying, oh, just terminate. Don't terminate with the situation you're in without speaking to your provider first, because you don't want to be involved in paying off your contract and your device before you can move networks. It's not a good situation to go in. It's better to try and resolve it human to human and have a conversation with someone that can reset your price into the original level, rather than just exit and get involved in large penalty fees. And just on that note, I think when you look at SIM-only deals, the majority of SIM-only deals on the market out there, they're for 30, 60 or 90 days. So, you haven't got that longevity. You're not locked to that mobile operator for a significant period of time. Again, that gives you the flexibility to move with the market, right, and switch. We all know that telephone companies, utility companies, mortgage companies, they love long contracts, right? They love to know that you're locked in for 5 years, 2 years, 3 years. Be an educated consumer and have a short contract. You'll still get good value for money. It means that you can move around. The overriding principle, 3 minutes left. The overriding principle of that is that as a consumer, loyalty to a big company, whether it's, a car manufacturer, gas company, electric company, mobile company, loyalty is really expensive, guys, because if you're loyal, you're not going to get the best price. If you move around, you're going to get the best price. And Martyn Lewis, from Money Saving Expert, he's the genius in this field. If you look at his video content and some of his live web chats, he constantly reinforces the message that moving is good, loyalty is bad. So we need to get into that mindset, guys. And again, that's why we made yboo, right? We didn't make yboo for us. We made yboo for other people to help them save money on mobile contracts, really. And yboo, once you download it, basically does the hard work for you. Download it, use your device as normal. It will tell you which mobile network and deal is the best for you. So that's a bit of PR for me. I've got 2 minutes and I'm going to just answer the last question, which was written, it's not live. It's about how to find out of bundle charges. So when you enter a contract with a network operator, there'll be certain calls and texts that are included in your monthly payment every month, and there'll be certain calls and texts that are not. More questions coming through. I need to get another session arranged, guys, because I'm slightly running out of time. That are excluded, so you have to pay extra for. Now, most of those that are excluded, the rate for those calls or text is set by Ofcom. So all the operators charge the same. I'll give you an example. If you ring a premium rate line or text a competition, it doesn't matter which network you're on, the cost for entering that competition or the premium rate element, it's the same between networks. So how would you find the cost? Ofcom, actually, I'll post a link to the Facebook site about Ofcom after this live session, so you can have a look at the comparison and the standard charges for calls. Up and above that, go to your operator website, go in the search box and type out of bundle charges. That will take you straight to the page. You'll be able to get a matrix about what it's going to cost you to make that call. Obviously, again, be an educated consumer. If you know your husband, wife, partner, they're going away on a course or a holiday to France or Spain, and you want to be able to text them whilst they're there, and you want to be able to call them maybe, do your research in advance. So go to the table, find out how much it's going to cost you a minute to call them. Make sure your husband, wife does the same, because they're roaming, so there's going to be some incoming charges, so it's going to cost you both. Work out the cost of that. Probably after you've done that, do you know what you're going to do? You're going to arrange a time to contact each other when you're both on Wi-Fi, so you can have a lovely FaceTime session or a lovely Skype session or something similar, and the cost to you is a big fat zero. And not only is the cost a big fat zero, you can actually see each other. It doesn't get any better than that, does it? So you can have a conversation that costs you zero and you can see each other. I'm going to end this session now. Thanks for your questions. I'm going to type them up. I'll put them on the Facebook page. If you need any help from me, I'm Martyn Gould. I'm the CEO. Contact me through Facebook, Twitter. You can tweet us at yboo UK if you have any questions. I'll post a link to the Ofcom site. We've got some data from us coming up about which handsets you guys use and which operators you are on. So people that are using yboo, what's your favourite handset? What's your current network operator? How much have you saved? We'll get that posted on the Facebook session as well. So just a reminder before I go, you know, this is a two-way thing, right? We built yboo for you, not us. We're in the industry. We want to make it better. We built it for you. If you want us to make it better, communicate with us. I'm happy to take calls. Love the videos that you make, by the way. So we get a lot of videos coming through with questions and people pointing at the screen saying, what does this mean in yboo? We love all that stuff, and we genuinely respond straight away. We're kind of 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, people. Happy to answer any questions, whether it's mobile related or not. We want to make the industry better and we want to save you money. So anything we can do to do both those things, give us a shout. Loads of meetings for me this afternoon in the north. It's really grey. I don't know whether you can see out of the window. I've got my lights on. It's raining. We need some summer in the north. Stay in contact. More from us in the middle of the week. Final thing. Please get this off my desk. I don't want to see it anymore. Jean Lindley, our first competition winner. I know she's using it. I hope she's using it anyway. Someone's using it. Let's get this off my desk. Please, can somebody win it? That'd be really good. I'll probably draw it on Wednesday. And we'll do a bit of live video and we draw it on Wednesday and we'll get it in the post. Thanks again, guys. More from us on Wednesday. Look out for the Facebook live draw. Tell us what you like. Tell us one thing that we need to change. Help us to make yboo better. Thanks a lot, guys. See you later. Bye.